The cane toad is a fascinating creature. It is native to South and Central America. This toad is known for its distinctive warty skin and toxic secretions. Cane toads are highly adaptable. They have been introduced to various parts of the world. In the 1930s, Australia introduced cane toads to control agricultural pests. The introduction had unintended consequences. The toads multiplied rapidly, becoming a major ecological problem. Similarly, cane toads were introduced to Hawaii in the 1930s. They were meant to control beetle populations in sugarcane plantations. However, the toads had a devastating impact on native Hawaiian species. Cane toads are now considered an invasive species in many parts of the world. They pose a significant threat to biodiversity. Animals possess remarkable navigational abilities. Birds, fish, and insects navigate vast distances with incredible precision. But what about amphibians? The cane toad, despite its reputation as a pest, possesses surprising homing instincts. Scientists have long been intrigued by the ability of animals to find their way home. How do they do it? What mechanisms are at play? These questions have puzzled researchers for centuries. The cane toad has emerged as a model organism for studying amphibian navigation. Its ability to navigate over long distances, even in unfamiliar terrain, makes it an ideal subject. Researchers at Stanford University set out to investigate the homing abilities of cane toads in a natural setting. The Stanford University study focused on a population of cane toads in Hawaii. The researchers chose Hawaii for its unique environment and the abundance of cane toads. The study involved capturing toads from known locations and releasing them at varying distances from their home territory. The researchers used a technique called toad napping. They gently collected toads from their home ranges. The toads were then taken to a release site. The release sites were located up to 1 kilometre away from the capture points. The toads were released individually and their movements were tracked. Researchers wanted to see if the toads could find their way back to their original capture points. To understand the mechanisms behind the toad's homing abilities, the researchers introduced sensory disruptions. They wanted to see if interfering with the toad's senses would affect their navigation. Some toads received a nasal spray of zinc sulfate. Zinc sulfate temporarily disrupts the sense of smell. The researchers hypothesized that toads might rely on olfactory cues for navigation. By disrupting their sense of smell, they could test this hypothesis. Other toads had small magnets attached to their heads. Magnets